The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication, podcast publishing made easy, libsyn.com. That's libsyn.com.
Experiencing the plays, great performances, and compelling stories each week from the archives of great productions of Hollywood's best producers and actors. We now go back to the early days of radio and our imaginations with our featured drama presentation.
Kill the Pharaoh. A thriller serial in 8 episodes by Victor Pemberton. Kill the Pharaoh, Episode 1, Village of the White Scorpion.
Ismaili, hatte arkası mahos.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Arabic.
Then I will speak English. Is the seat taken, please?
Oh, I do beg your pardon. No, of course not.
Thank you, dear lady, thank you. The air condition. I always say if one has to travel on a train in Egypt, one must always pay the extra for the air condition.
Will it get much hotter, do you think?
Oh, dear lady, we have only just left Cairo. By the time we reach the south, those poor devils in the second class will not be able to breathe.
Oh, so much for my travel agent. He assured me I'd find Egypt much cooler in October.
Then it is your first time down to Luxor?
Yes.
Oh, you will have much to see.
I feel as though I already know the place. My father used to tell me so much. You see, he was an Egyptologist. Sir Richard Warwick.
Sir Richard Warwick, excavator of great tomb at Harshak in the Valley of the King?
Yes, that's right.
Dear lady, this is fantastic coincidence. I knew him well.
Really?
Of course. All Egypt remembers this man. But for him, the great tomb would still be covered beneath the sand.
Do people still go there to see the tomb?
There is nothing to see, dear lady. It is a great sadness to me that since departure of your father, the tomb has remained exactly as he found it, lonely in the sand and dust, high up in the hills above the Valley of the Kings. And still, we have no hope to find name of Pharaoh who may once have rest there.
With all due respect, Mr. What does he want?
He is policeman. He asked to see your passport.
Oh. It's a normal procedure on your trains?
Not at all. I think maybe they look for someone.
There you are.
Shukran.
Thank you.
The policeman asked how long the man in corner has been on train. Do you know?
Most of the time, I think. Oh, since Cairo.
Min Masa.
What's happening? What are they doing?
They are going to take him off the train.
What's wrong with him? Why is he staring at me like that?
Don't be frightened, dear lady. He is drunk. He will be taken off the train at the next station until he has time to recover.
That man was not drunk.
No?
I happen to be a doctor. He looks a very sick man, but whatever it is, I can assure you he is not drunk.
Excuse my ask, dear lady, why do you wait here on platform?
A friend of my father is supposed to be meeting me. I don't know what's happened to him.
If I may suggest, railway station is not a good place for unaccompanied lady to wait. The sun takes only a few moments to set. Soon it will be dark. To which hotel do you go?
Oh, the Winter Palace.
I tell you, we shall take an Arabana, a horse carriage.
Oh.
If we hurry, we shall still see the sun disappear behind Temple of Luxor. Now, dear lady, you are really in land of the pharaohs.
Oh, dear.
I hope it's not bad news.
It's a letter from my friend, the one who was supposed to meet me. He says his father's been taken ill. He can't leave the village.
Ah, a disappointment.
He wants me to take a boat and go out there first thing in the morning. Must be pretty serious. He'd never have done this.
What village is this?
Oh, a place called Hazia. Do you know it?
Hasia.
Oh, Is it that bad?
Oh, no, just that it is a small village, 5, maybe 6 miles from Luxor, on the banks of the Nile.
Oh, sounds fun.
I hope you will think so, dear lady. The Nile is in bad flood. For many years we have not such disaster. However, if you need help to get boat, I am entirely at your disposal. My shop is very close to quayside.
Oh, you have a shop?
I am dealer in rare antiquities, none better in whole Upper Egypt. And, of course, for the daughter of Sir Richard Warwick, I give very special price. Here, I am going to give you my card. There, do you see? Mahmoud. That's me.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm Elizabeth Warwick, and I'm very pleased to know you, Mr. Mahmoud, and I shall most certainly visit your shop.
Splendid, splendid. We shall talk, drink mint tea, and talk some more. But if I may warn you, dear lady, when you go to village of Hassia, please do be careful.
Careful? Why?
You may find it a little, shall we say, primitive.
Oh, it's quite all right, Mr. Mahmoud. I don't think you need worry about that. I am not used to afternoon tea and cakes, even in England.
Do sit down, Miss Warwick.
Oh, thank you.
The waiter told us you were joining our table tonight. It's an honor for us. Oh, quite a celebrity around here. We saw your picture in the local newspapers.
Oh, really?
I'm Charles Villiers. This is my wife, Margaret.
How do you do?
Hello. Welcome to the land of the pharaohs. I hope you brought your mosquito spray. You'll certainly need it.
Are you on holiday, Mr. Villiers?
More or less. Maggie and I have been saving up for this for 10 years. It's been a bit of a struggle. We've finally made it.
Are you interested in Egyptology?
Only what I've read. My unit was out here for a time in the good old days, you know.
It's a beautiful country, isn't it?
Well, I don't know about beautiful, but it's certainly not without interest.
Palm trees, desert, and mosquitoes.
I was very sorry to hear about your father. It must have been a big shock for you.
Yes.
Terribly sad to think he never had the chance to finish off his work up at that tomb. Tell me something, Miss Warwick. Is it true that when your father dug up that place, he found it absolutely empty?
Yes, it's true.
But surely, in most of the tombs they found not only the remains of the king, but most of his treasures.
In this case, nobody knows if this was the tomb of the king. It wasn't in the valley itself, but in the hills above.
And the treasures?
Oh, if there were any, they could have been taken by robbers at any time. Right back through the centuries.
Fascinating.
When I'm dead and buried, I don't want anyone to dig me up again.
Maggie, that's enough wine.
Charlie, don't be such a...
Did you hear what I said? No more wine.
Now look what you've done. You've spilled it all over my dress.
Sorry about this, Miss Warwick. Too many cocktails before dinner, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's quite all right. Dash the mosquitoes. I do see what you mean. They've got a nip like a pin.
Yes, I'm afraid you've come at rather a bad time for the mozzies. They're all over the place. They're a menace.
That's nothing. You wait till you get to that village downstream.
I beg your pardon? What village?
We mean you're bound to be having a look at some of the villages along the Nile. Most people do. Some lovely little places.
Really? I thought the Nile was in flood.
Yes,
They'll
but...
bite you. Yes, they'll bite you, all right.
Maggie. I'm sorry, Miss Warwick. I think I'd better take my wife upstairs. She's not feeling very well. If you'll excuse us.
Of course.
I'm all right. I can manage. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, if you do happen to need a boat at all, we can put you onto a good boatman.
Thank you.
A nice little chap. Took us on our trip to Aswan and back. Just mention our name, Villiers. He'll know.
Oh, good. I'll do that. Oh, how do I find him?
Oh, you'll find him down on the quayside near the hotel. Ask for Arabi. Ahmed Arabi.
Lady, you want boat? I have best boat in whole Upper Egypt.
Lady, this man lies. His boat will sink after 2 minutes. 2 minutes, lady.
Look, lady, do not listen to these men. They are peasants. My boat is best for you.
But for you, lady, I give special price. 10 piastres to go to Banana
Lady,
Island.
7 piastres.
6
Banana
piastres.
Island.
5 piastres, lady. Where in whole Luxor you find such a bargain?
How many more times do I have to tell you I do not want to go to Banana Island?
You know go Banana
No,
Island?
Crocodile Island or anywhere else. Now then, which of you is Ahmed Arabi? Well?
Here.
Here is Ahmed.
Are you sure?
Sure. I am Ahmed, son of Nile. My boat is best of all. You have made wise choice, lady. You will see.
Which is your boat, Ahmed?
There, the one with white sail, blue wood. Horus, god of the sun.
I want to go to the village of Hazia. Oh, what's wrong? Where are they all going?
My boat is not for hire today.
Oh, what are you talking about? You just said...
Not today. There is no breeze. Water too difficult. Horus not sail today.
20 piastres.
Not today.
What's wrong with you? Don't you want the business? One minute you say you will, the next you won't. Look, Ahmed, I was recommended to you by Mr. and Mrs. Villas. Do you know them?
They're my friends, sure.
Then why won't you take me to Hazia?
Many floods.
I know there are floods, but I've still got to get there just the same. I have to meet a friend.
What friend do you have in Hazia?
A young man called Fuad Yassif. Do you know him? Well, he used to work in the valley with my father.
I don't know this man.
If you know the people in Hazia, you must know Fuad. He's lived there all his life.
I don't know this man. My boat is not for hire today.
All right, Ahmed Arabi. If your boat is not for hire today, I'm sure the tourist board will be only too happy to make sure it is not for hire any day. Now, are you going to take me to Hazia, or aren't you? You're a very good boatman, Ahmed. For how long?
Lady, I'm born of Nile. Before me, my father and his father.
And do you never leave Luxor?
Oh, yes. I've been to Cairo and to Alexandria. Very beautiful.
You mean you go all the way to Alexandria by boat?
Of course. Or it's like to have the holiday. Look. There is your village.
Where?
There, by the big trees. You see?
Oh, yes. Oh, it looks very beautiful. I can't see anybody. Oh, and just look at all that flood water. Hello? Hello, is anyone in there? Hello? Oh, damn, where are they all? Oh, well. Here goes. Hello? Hello, is anyone in here?
Who are you, English woman? What are you doing in my house?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't see you standing there in the corner.
What do you want?
Well, I've been wandering around the village for the last half hour. There doesn't seem to be anyone about. The floodwater's very deep.
You should not come to Hassi.
No, I'm looking for someone, a friend.
What friend?
Yassif. Fuad Yassif. I was supposed to meet him here.
I don't know this man.
Don't know him? But he lives here. He's lived here all his life.
There is no such man in Hassia. All the people gone.
Where have they gone?
Go back to Luxor. You are not welcome here, English woman.
Oh, you're ill. Please, let me help you.
You will not touch me, not touch.
I don't want to hurt you. I'm a doctor. Look, you can't stay in this place. The floodwater is stagnant. You're leaving yourself wide open to any amount of disease. Well, you can see for yourself. Look at the mosquitoes in here. It's uncivilized.
Uncivilized. Yes, so many times I hear this word in my life. Always they tell Abdullah to start new life. Once it was the British, now even the Arab. When will you let me live old life before I start the new?
What was that? There's someone in the next room.
No.
I tell you that...
Go back to Luxor. You have seen nothing. Nothing.
What do you mean? Who have you got in that room? Let go of my arm, Mr. Abdullah. I'm going in there.
No, come back.
Look at the state of this man.
My brother is sick. You cannot help him.
Sick? You must be out of your mind keeping him here in all this stench. Get out of my way. I want to have a look at... Who did this to him? This man's been beaten up.
After one night, my brother will be well again.
Oh, no. After one night, your brother will not be well again. This man is going to die. You must help me get him to a hospital.
He will not go to hospital. He stay here, where he belong.
Then your brother will die.
In this village, we are not afraid to die.
Are you mad? How can you leave your own brother
Why you
to...
come, Egypt, English woman? Your father is dead now.
Then you do know who I am.
You bring us nothing but trouble.
What's happened to Fuad? Where is everybody?
Why you stand with back to wall? Do you scared of me?
No, my friend. I am not scared of you.
Good, good. Then look to the wall, there by your face. You do not have the white scorpion in them, no? Here, I make gift to you.
You fool! Don't touch it. It's a white scorpion. It's deadly.
Scorpion.
Maniac.
Did they not tell you in Luxor they call Hassia the village of the white scorpion? She's our friend. Look, do you see? She does not move my hand. She stops to watch you.
Get out of my way.
Look to the shadows, English woman. Even now they begin to fall across the river. In half hour it will be dark. Without boat you will have long journey.
What do you mean with that? Oh, no. Ahmed! Ahmed!
She's not back.
What did you expect?
We'll give her another half hour, then I'll check.
If you ask me, our little friend Ahmed is playing a double game. He's far too fond of the bakshish.
I don't think so.
Well, I do.
You're not asked to think, just keep sober. Anyway, why this sudden concern? You're not usually so considerate.
The whole thing makes me feel quite sick. I wish we could just forget about it and go back home.
We will, when we've finished what we have to do.
That may be too late. Charlie, I don't like it. She's out there in that village, in the dark, all alone.
Ahmed! Ahmed! Ahmed Arabi, where are you? Ahmed! If it wasn't so dark, I could find my own way out of the... Who's that? Who's that? Ahmed? Is that you? I know you're there. I may not be able to see you, but I know you're there. Did you hear what I said? Abdullah?
To my friend, lady? Sure.
Ahmed, what do you mean by leaving me out here alone? Where have you been?
River too strong for boat, lady. Ahmed, wait up the side.
Oh, don't you ever dare do that to me again. Do you understand, Ahmed Arabi?
Yes, lady.
Now tell me, what happened to all the villagers? What have they done with Fuad Yassif? I want to know.
Gone, lady. All people gone.
Where have they gone?
Into hills, lady. Too many, the floods.
Is Fuad with them? Oh, please, Ahmed, if you know, you've got to tell me. What's that glare over there? It's a fire.
We go now,
That's
lady.
Abdullah's house.
We go back to
I
boat.
tell you, I was there a little while ago. Look, it's burning. We've got to do something.
No, lady, no. It is the will of Allah.
What do you mean? It's his brother. Abdullah's brother. He's dead, isn't he? That's why they're
You
burning.
must understand, lady. For Arab, it is no shame to die.
Yes, but that poor man.
We believe it's more honor to die than to live. So it has always been. So must it be now.
Mr. Mahmoud, I've just got back from the village of Hazia. Do you remember the man the police took off the train yesterday in our compartment?
The man who was drunk?
I found him in a filthy-looking hut owned by a man named Abdullah. Somebody had beaten him up. He was in a dreadful state.
But this is terrible. We must call the hospital immediately.
Oh, it's too late. The man is dead.
And the other villagers?
Gone, the whole village. I can't understand what's happening out there. Who was that man? Do you think he was following me or something?
What of your friend? Was he not in the village to meet you?
No, and I don't believe he had any intention of being there.
Not? Dear lady, what do you mean?
Well, that message I got at the hotel, I don't think Fuad wrote it. Well, somebody wanted to get me out there. That's all I know.
Dear lady, you must go back to hotel. Rest.
Yes, but...
I myself will telephone police inspector. He is a very good friend of mine. After dinner, you go to see him at police station. Tell him all you see at this village.
But if anything has happened to Fuad...
If it has, dear lady, we are going to know about it. That I promise you.
Can I help you?
Oh, yes. This is Miss Warwick in room 22. I shan't be eating in the dining room this evening. I'd like something in my room, please.
Room 22, yes, madam.
How long will it take, please?
Few minutes only, madam.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Who are you? What are you doing in my room? I only have to pick up this telephone.
Put down the receiver. Please. Thank you.
What do you want?
You are a little older than I expected.
If it's money you
but
want...
still very beautiful.
Did you hear what I said?
You have your father's eyes. Yes, Elizabeth, I am Fuad Yazif.
No, I don't believe you.
Your father took many pictures. You have only to look.
Oh, those pictures were taken a long time ago. If you are Fuad Yassif, why didn't you meet me off the train last night?
There was something I had to do.
Your instructions were...
My father died. We had to take him into the hills. There was no time to stop you from going to the village.
You might have left a message.
I tell you, there was no time.
All right, Fuad. I believe you. Now tell me, what is it you want?
Want?
You brought me all the way out from England. Why?
You know why.
Then tell me.
The tomb at Harshak.
What about it?
Your father told me that one day you and me would share a king's fortune.
And how would we do that, Fuad?
Don't play games with me.
Show me your hands, Fuad.
What are you?
Please. Thank you. My father often used to talk of a little boy with beautiful hands, long, thin fingers, almost delicate at the touch.
The maid, they brought your food.
And gentle, almost like a woman.
Please, Elizabeth, please.
These hands are very rough. They're used to hard work. Can I really trust you, Fuad? Can I?
Oh, excuse me. I'm awfully sorry to trouble you.
Oh,
It is Miss Warwick, isn't it?
why, yes.
The inspector told me you were coming here to the police station. I thought I'd come and see if I could be of any help. Oh, my name's Wilder. I represent a certain interest here in Luxor.
Oh, how do you do?
I heard about the frightful time you had in that village. I do really hope you're feeling better now.
Oh, yes, much, thank you.
It's jolly nice to have such a distinguished visitor in our midst, especially a British one. Now, unfortunately, your father was a bit for my time. I never had the pleasure of meeting him. But I gather from all the locals he was highly respected out here.
Yes.
No doubt you'll be carrying on the good work up at Harshak?
No.
Oh, but I thought...
I'm here as a tourist, Mr. Wilder, nothing more.
Oh, I do beg your pardon. I rather thought that... Well, it's the way Inspector Mahmoud was talking.
Inspector? Who, did you say?
Ah, dear lady, and Mr. Wilder, welcome, welcome.
You?
You see, dear lady, in Luxor I have many jobs. Antiquities, restaurant, taxi service, and in spare time, official tourist guide. A police job I like not much.
But why didn't you tell me?
Dear lady, you did not ask.
Inspector, I think it's time you told Miss Warwick one or two things about that village.
Oh, you mean Hazia?
My men have already reached this village about half an hour ago.
Yes, and?
Apparently, what you told the inspector is true. Well, almost.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means, dear lady, that there are floods and that there is the wreckage of a burnt-out house.
Well, there you are.
But the village is not deserted.
What? Oh, don't talk nonsense. If you don't believe me, get hold of that Abdullah.
Which brings us to another question. This house, the one you saw burning, you say there were two men?
Yes.
One very sick?
Yes.
And the other, this Abdullah.
Nothing very much wrong with him, except sheer arrogance.
There were two charred bodies in the wreckage, Miss Warwick, not one.
What are you saying?
Just that something is going on in that village that we don't know about. You should never have gone there in the first place.
I should have warned you, dear lady. Hassia has reputation of its own. Even the police are reluctant to, shall we say, interfere in domestic affairs. But now, We must find your Fuad Yassif.
Oh, that won't be necessary. I've already seen him.
What?
Where was this?
Oh, he came to my hotel this evening. The whole thing's been a misunderstanding. His father died up in the hills. That's why he wasn't able to meet me.
But, Miss Warwick...
We are very happy for you, Miss Warwick. This is great relief.
Oh, thank you. All I want to do now is to forget the whole thing and try to enjoy myself for the next few days.
Yes,
of course.
Oh, so if you'll excuse me, I am very tired. I think a good night's rest will do me the world of good.
I am at your disposal, anytime.
You're very kind. Good night, Mr. Wilder.
Oh, goodbye. Any time you're passing my office, do drop in. It's in the new block near the station, first floor.
I will. Good night, Mr... Inspector Mahmoud.
Dear lady.
I'm very grateful.
Good night.
Nice girl.
Charming.
She knows the score all right. Still, I suppose being a doctor, you'd have to. I was looking up her father's file just before I came here tonight. She had a brother, you know, Michael, killed in the Suez fighting.
Yes.
You know?
Of course.
You never...
It is my job, Mr. Wilder.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about our Miss Warwick anymore. Especially now she's found this Fuad Yassif chap. Mind you, you've got to hand it to her. Takes a lot of guts for a woman to go wandering down the Nile all alone and in the dark.
Ali Wahad Yabba. Ali Inglesia. Ira.
What are you doing that for? Why are you having her followed?
For her protection, Mr. Wilder. That is all.
But why?
Because the man called Fuad Yassif was killed in car crash just 1 month ago.
Village of the White Scorpion was the first episode of Kill the Pharaoh, a thriller serial in 8 parts by Victor Pemberton. Elizabeth Warwick was played by Sheila Grant, and production for the BBC was by John Tiedemann.